Good evening, everybody. This is Donovan from Gundam Model Builders, and I've got another video for you today. This time it is on the arms. So the arms provided a bit of a difficulty, and I really couldn't film putting them together because they really are a tough piece to work with because these arm parts are extremely tight. So here, for the base part, you got your ABS. Of course, you got your forearm armor, your upper arm armor, and you got your hand and your beam saber. Of course, you can see mine's a little bit off center. That's how it's set with the glue. Getting wire management is probably one of my biggest difficulties, and you can see here it's not the best, and that's because these parts are very tightly fit. In fact, I probably won't be moving the wrist much for fear of potentially damaging the actual saber. But I did want to show how I hid, and I'll show you the complete arm in just a second, how I hid some of these parts, or some of these wires as I went through. And basically, it's just putting it together as standard, making sure that everything is tucked away as needed. You can see there that it's almost invisible to the eye until you bend the arm. Even then, it's not that bad. The other arm provided me a bit more of a challenge because I was figuring out how everything worked. And the other arm is not quite as good or as well put together as this one. This one has been a much easier time for me. That's because the first arm was really just all out experimenting. This one here is become, I don't know, it's my favorite arm so far. This one will hold the yellow saber that I have, and you guys will see that eventually in the complete model. I'm very excited to finish this for everybody and myself. I've been working fairly hard on it. Today, the family hung around me. Sorry about that, everybody. Dropped it into no man's land, and luckily my photo booth actually caught it. The family hung around me for the most part today. Now, what I was having trouble with there, you can see, is the copper was blocking this connection. So I want to pull that back down. So this is actually the positive wire. Pull that back down, see if this worked. Let us get it in the spot. I'm sorry, guys, I was out of frame there for a second. And squeeze tight. And we're stuck just a little bit there. For me, this hasn't been perfect, as you can see. This is still just a basic work in progress for me. I feel very good about this build, though. I have been working extremely hard on making sure everything is in the right place, tucked away. Making it so that if, someone were to take a look at it, for the most part, they wouldn't be able to tell that there's a set of wiring, about a foot worth of wiring running through it. There we go. And we have the elbow joint put together. Now, the next part is the actual joint here. Right here. Okay. This part, I struggled with it first because I thought I was going to have to cut out a hole in the back, which I didn't. So all you have to do, because these two pieces are hollow, it's literally just bring it down on top of each other. Make sure that you line up the key properly. You might, depending on what you've got going on and your wired thickness, mine's a little bit thicker. You might have to drill or widen out some of the backing of it, which I'm probably going to have to on this one. I didn't have to do on the other one, but like I said, that arm was weird. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to drill. Oh, wait. There we go. And now what we do is we just push real tight. Boom. There's the wiring. You can see I got a little bit of the positive or the negative there sticking out. Okay. So, and then when I put the armor on, so I could make sure... Oh, damn. That's not good. This is the bad situation I just came across. This is backwards. And that's not good because with how tight this is, things can't twist. So let's see if we can fix that. Okay. All right, I will get back to you guys. Time skip. Okay, back from the skip. So I was able to do it. Turns out I assembled the back wrong. I did come across an issue that I haven't quite been able to figure out what to do with, and that is the silver, or the negative wire right there. It is stuck, and I will hopefully be able to pull it up a little. There we go. And now you can see most of the wiring is now basically hidden within the arm, making this a lot more discreet that I've got, you know, wiring through it. So here is the upper body of Tallgeese. As you can see right there, I've had some wire management issues within this body, or within the right arm, causing me some issues. But, I mean, once it's up and lit, I don't think most people are going to be looking at that single copper wire there. It also might do with the hand that I selected. The instructions recommended this hand, and I'm a bit too far in to change the hand out. Actually, I could technically change the hand out if I really wanted to. But this one, I don't know, looks nice. But yeah, so this is the this is Tallgeese as it stands right now. Still gotta work on the head and doing the main wire in the back. The shrink wrap, or the shrink roll here, or the shrink tube, it's covering up the soldered areas of the main arm here, because I was running out of wire. So I have a 28 gauge wire that I used to pull more out of. Once I get through putting the rest of the arm together, I will make sure to have a video up of how all that looks. But to give an idea of the fitting here, so let's get zoomed in. You can see right there where the wires are coming through the arm. What I ended up doing, if you don't knock the top of the crest off, you can see right there, there's a bit of a stress mark. Right there, I cut through and filed out the side of that arm piece so I could get it in to fit. Of course, it actually looks like it slipped out a little bit. There we go. Now it fully fits in, and the wires cannot be seen coming out. From here, I've got a lot more work to do because, of course, I still have the thrusters and the legs to connect. Right now, here are the legs in full display. Of course, the only thing for wiring-wise here is the jetpacks. And I actually, compared with my Tallgeese 3, which had a somewhat loose set of rear jets here, this one turned out a lot nicer. Because with the wire, it actually makes it a bit stiffer, so I can position them a little bit more. Of course, they're going to be wide open to be seen when on the action base for all of this. So this is Donovan from Gundam Model Builders, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the tutorial so far. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave me a message here on YouTube or on Instagram, and I'll make sure to finally put down the LEDs and wire and everything that I got so y'all can see and make a decision if you want to try this on your own. There will be a master grade version of this being done for our channel by Nick. I do not know if he's going to film his way through it, but I'm going to assume that it's very similar to this, except for a lot bigger. So, yeah. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later.